It's all about motive, man. It's all about motive. The first time I'm driving and I got the stand over here, so why not use it to record? It's all about motive. If you can learn how to trick your brain to do the things that you don't feel like doing. You want to do it, but you just don't feel like doing it. Sometimes, I know I should wake up on time. I know I should work out. I know I should eat that food. I know I should not eat that food. I know I should make that call. I know I should send that text. I know I should do this, but why don't we do it? The reason why I really started thinking about this is because recently, someone who usually doesn't work that much, right? That person is kind of lazy in my eyes, okay? And so that person doesn't really work that much, kind of delayed. But I was shocked to see that there was one day this person went crazy, like a 14-hour work week. I was like, what's happening here? So I just pondered right now, and the reason why this person really pulled in a 14-hour work week, well, not a 14-hour day, is because of the motive. And so the motive was, this person is giving some kind of dinner, like holding a dinner, and so he's spending extra money. So now he's mentally is like, okay, maybe he doesn't realize this, but subconsciously is like, oh, okay, I gotta make some extra money. So now you have the energy, the motive to work hard. So why is that important? You see, in life, in experience, in your existence, the smart person sees how they are, see how they get the outcome that, like they want to get. And certain times when you have a high, you need to be able to introspect. Is that the word? Inspect yourself. Introspect. And you need to be able to realize, okay, why is it that today I am so energetic, or today I am so I have such a high work ethic versus yesterday I was so lazy? What's the difference here? And so you need to analyze that and then reverse engineer why that happened, and then you need to go ahead and program it properly, right? If you know 1 + 1 is 2, then what you can do is just start off with 2, okay? I don't know, that wasn't the right example, but you understand what I'm saying, right? You need to find the right motive. You need to find your buttons that if you push them, you go ahead. So maybe you may be so toxic, I don't really like that word, but when you get into an argument, you get angry, and then you're like, I'll show them. And if that was what works for you at this current stage, as you mature, as you start to develop, and as you start to find other triggers, other buttons that encourages you, that inspires you, that moves you with the right motive, then as long as it's not unethical, any motive is good enough to get you to do what you know you should be doing. As long as the North Star is there, it doesn't matter if you take a horse, it doesn't matter if you take a car, it doesn't matter if you take a donkey, it doesn't matter if you take a camel, it doesn't matter if you go walking, it does not matter if you're a king and you got slaves under you just carrying you. It does not matter. What matters is you got there. As long as it's not going against your values that you have, because if it goes against your values, then you're going to keep sabotaging yourself. So that's really what it is, guys. If you really want to be successful with anything, and more importantly, be successful in your daily existence, you need to find that motive. You need to find that trigger. And then once you find it, just keep pressing that button. Just keep pushing that button. Just keep pushing that motive and burn that motive to the ground so you get the most out of it. And then along the process, as you keep going, what's going to happen is you'll go ahead and find another motive and other motives. Like for me, I'm the type of guy who, has a chip on his shoulder, right? So if someone says, oh, you can't do that, I'm just like, yeah, you'll see. I mean, it's not as strong as before. I was like, you can't do that. I was like, who are you talking? You suck, So it's like, I don't take it seriously. But as the other side of that coin still exists, right? So when someone who sucks, in my opinion, and in reality, the reality says this person sucks, and that person wants to talk so much, and I know there's the only way for me to actually use that, because I try to use every fuel. The only way for me to actually, it's not by arguing with the person, it's not by sharing it, it's telling this person anything, because when a person sees something a certain way, it's going to be you're going to waste your energy to try to convince this person for their betterment. It's not a waste. It's just a waste of time. So instead, what I do is, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and be even better. You're talking smack about, oh yeah, I'm going to be even better. I'm going to just literally grind you to the ground, and you're going to have to come up with new excuses. And then what's going to happen is you're going to either you come to my side or you're going to go ahead and fall off the cliff. That's what's going to happen, because I'm going to start taking over all the land that's around. Hopefully you follow my analogy here. So any motive is good motive as long as it doesn't take away from your principles, from whatever it is. So find that, right? Maybe you have kids. Right? Maybe you have kids. Maybe your mother used to say something to you and she means well, but you just feel like, you know what, I should show them, because I should inspire them, right? They're not saying anything. Your parents, your family, usually they're not trying to harm you, even though what they're doing, they're oblivious that it's actually negatively impacting you and affecting you. However, from their perspective, they are doing the best thing that they can. So you need to be really appreciative of that their intention is the most noble that you can find. Even if they stop you from doing the thing that is so clear to everybody else, but you need to understand from their perspective. But in that sense, your motive can be, you know what, they think this route that I'm going towards is a terrible route. For example, like I dropped out of college 3 times. My mother specifically told me, hey, could go back to college. And like, I'm just like, yo, college is not the way. But she doesn't understand, because this is what she grew up with, and this is what she understood. The world has changed. Life, reality, just the market, everything has changed, right? We got people who have degrees, diplomas, asking us for jobs. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm going to go to college to make what, $60,000, $80,000 a year? No, right? No, it's not. We're trying to make that in a day. So like, I can't do that by going to college, and I also can't do that by trading my time for money. It has to be some other way. But someone who has never seen that or adopted that kind of mentality, what's going to happen, or even seen anybody do that, or really sat down to realize, okay, this is possible. It's not really in their realm of reality, because they don't really pay attention to it enough to acknowledge it. You understand what I'm saying? So instead, what you need to do, because you're so close and you see the light, you need to go out there. You see that there's water on the other side. They say, no, it's dangerous. We heard stories, it's dangerous over there. But like, no, I literally just saw water. I was just there. I just took a glass of water, and I know a cup of water, and I know if I keep going a little bit further, there's so much more water, right? And so they're like, no, we know it's dangerous. Don't go down there, right? They're not hearing you say, hey, I just took a cup of water and I just quenched my thirst, and I know this water has to come from somewhere. They're not hearing that. They're seeing, okay, you got a little bit of water, but that's not crazy change. It's nothing. It's not enough to destroy their reality and what they have known to be real their whole life. So just because you got a cup of water is not enough to change their life, right? So what you need to do is you need to go, despite their them going against you. You need to go despite them being your quote unquote enemy. You know what I'm saying? You need to go ahead and still go out there, face that ridicule, get that whole water, and come back and just like, you know what, look at me. I'm so, I'm so nourished. What's the word when you get water in you? When you get water, you take water, you're no longer thirsty. What's the other word? You're quenched. Look at how quenched I am, right? Look at the success that I got. You understand what I'm saying? So it has to get to a certain point. So if it's for money, let's say for example it's for money. Somebody says, oh, starting a business is scary, don't do that. Oh, it's people blah blah blah, excuses, right? But you say, no, I literally just started a business and I literally earned 10K my first month. Oh no, I literally earned 100K last month. Oh no, I literally earned 10K in a day. They're not hearing that because it's like a cup of water. It's like, oh yeah, but it's not really crazy, right? So to really like break the norm, you need to do something crazy, like get a Lambo. So if, for example, if you get a Lambo, they see it every day, and you tell them how much is this car? It's so out of this reality. It's like, oh, this is 300,000. Like what? 300,000? They're gonna say, oh, you could have bought a car, blah blah blah. But like, yeah, I could have bought a car, but guess what? I have so much money that I could just throw it on a Lambo. You understand what I'm saying? You know how you just have so much money, you just buy yourself a watch or you buy yourself a burger. You know what? I'm not even that hungry, but I'm just gonna get myself a burger, whatever, right? You don't really think too much about it. That's the type of money you need to have to get things like, that's my opinion. Okay, some people are like, oh no, I have 300K in the bank, I'm gonna go get a Lambo, I'm gonna freaking, you know, put on a contract or something and get a Lambo. And I think it's stupid, right? I think it's stupid. I think you should be able, I think you should not lose sleep over spending money on a Lambo. You should be buying a Lambo, for example. If you spend 300K, I think you should just be willing to just throw it away. You know, imagine if you just put 300K on an investment and then you lost it like the next day and you were okay with that. Then I think it's justified to buy a Lambo. And there's other reasons, like, you know, branding and all this kind of stuff. There's so many other benefits, right? But I'm just trying to paint a picture here, right? So any motive is good motive. Any motive, as long as it's not against your values, is great motive. It's a great reason. It's a great way. Just keep pushing your buttons. Learn how you work and start being the master. Start being the architect of your habits. Start being the architect of your actions that you take on a daily basis. Instead of waking up and I wonder how I'm going to act today and act looking all stupid, right? Instead, you wake up, it's like, oh, okay, I woke up right now and it looks like my programming is a little slow today. Looks like my Windows is not opening up as fast as it could. Looks like it's not running as optimal. What should I do? How can I troubleshoot this system so that I can be optimal again, right? So if you, for example, if you wake up and you're lazy, you're negative, well, there's different ways to troubleshoot. Let's say if I wake up and I'm a little lazy, I know what I need to do is I need to start moving, okay? Jumping jacks, cold shower, or go outside for a walk. Maybe go outside, start talking to strangers, get out of my head. Once that start happening, energy start flowing, energy start moving. And now, next thing you know, I don't even recognize the guy that woke up that day. And now I'm back to top peak level. You understand what I'm saying? So you just got to know those buttons, right? That comes from awareness. That comes from realizing how you act and what changes the way you act as well, right? And meditation is one thing that'll help you be more aware. So guys, you want to be more successful? Learn more your buttons and keep pushing them to get to that, to do the right things, and you will be successful as long as you stay consistent. Peace.